Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northlee. Today's episode is sponsored by Steve Wertz Builders of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Today I'm here with Wade at Wade's Barbershop, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what got him into business and how he started this career.
Well, it all started in high school. We didn't have a whole lot of money. So I, with being in athletics and everything, I just started cutting, friends' hair, and it started from there, and then I got into some of the coaches, and then I decided to go on to become a barber.
Okay. So you went on to, is it barber school? Is that what it's called?
Barber school, yeah.
Barber
I went to
school?
a private school in Green Bay.
Okay. And you still do one of your coach's hair to
Yes.
this day?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, two, and some of my teachers, my old teachers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they still teaching?
No,
Nope.
no,
Okay.
no. Most that generation's all retired.
Okay.
So.
But that's still pretty cool that you get to stay in contact with all of those people.
They stay in contact, and they come in.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. It's a neat. It's neat because I think there's a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
So with the generation thing, it's great to have them.
A lot to learn from them too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Once they become your teachers, they're friends. Become friends. The friendships never end.
Right.
So
I'm sure some even become family.
they do.
Clients or those teachers.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yep.
a family thing. The years add up, and get to know a lot about their families, and and their family, their kids' families, and it just keeps growing.
Yeah. So when you got out of barber school, you then went on to one of the businesses in downtown Fond du Lac?
I started, my original job was at the House of Styles, and that was my first job, and then I wasn't there just shy of a year, and then I moved to the downtown, and I was at Central Barber for 28 going on 29 years.
Okay. So you were there for most of your career?
Yep. Most of my career. Yeah.
And then you,
I've
this
been
spot
here for
available?
5, yeah.
Okay.
And I took over, Bobby Miller was in here, and he was in here for just under 10 years, and he retired, and then he sold me the business, or, let me advance from here. So.
Right. Great spot, and
Yeah.
especially since it's
Yep.
been a barbershop
Yep.
since the 20s.
Yep, and then some of his clientele, and then my clientele, and then the clientele that I grew since I've been here.
I didn't realize that you got some of his too. That's
yes,
cool.
Yep, took care of some of his guys as well. Plus, I knew some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was he hung it up and living out in Arizona. So
Nice, where it's warm, right?
Yeah, he's warm all the time.
All right, that's the way to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you opened this up 5 years ago, and you've done a few things to kind of make it your own.
Remodeled it.
Yep.
And brought the old with the new.
Mm-hmm. It looks great in here, by the way. It really does.
Thank you. A lot of it, my girlfriend picked out the colors, and then Ace Hardware downtown, Tom Picker helped pick out the colors as well, and the different stuff and then adding in the flair with it as well.
Yeah. And you said you have a few helmets from a couple of schools around here?
Yep, the locals. I'm trying to build in all my locals. I'm still waiting on a WLA helmet, and I should be getting a Mayville helmet, and some of the other pro helmets as well. I have to pick up a Jets helmet because Braylon Allen that's his signature helmet there. He just signed with the Jets, so I'm trying to keep them together. So and try to do some of the local stuff with some of the athletes, and with the some of the stuff that's on the back wall here. There's the Fondy, when Fondy won state, and then the state football championship, some of the springs stuff up here,
Okay.
and trying to melt in the community into this as well. Instead of having these plaques and everything that guys have that'll never, they're never going to put up, but you know, the past, you know, that the kids will, you know, never understand, you know, if you don't have it out here. They're never going to know. And some of them will start seeing some of their people that they know in it that are quite a bit older than them.
That are in the pictures?
Yeah, some
Okay.
of those are generation, you know, from years, like when Springs won state back in '82. One of my customers gave me that one. So I've been just putting stuff up that, hey, would you be interested? I found this plaque, you know, from so and so. What do you think? Yeah, bring it by. Let's take a look at it. And that's what I've been putting that up as
Okay.
well. Some history and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff that I have in here. You know, so
Really
some of
adds
the
with the
local-
character. And
yeah,
motif.
yeah, and some of the historic stuff that, you know, the community is, you know, I draw a lot out of the community, so, you know, I showcase some of that as well, and some of the stuff that they, you know, some of the things that have happened.
Okay. You've got the original barber pole over
Got
here.
the
which is
original
really
barber
cool.
pole, yep, that's, I don't know how far back that one goes, but I think that was, I think it goes back as far as the barber, Tom Plyer, and it goes way back then. I think Bob, I don't know if that's Bob's original pole, but that's an oldie, and you can see how it's faded out over time. And I don't know if I really want to change it out too much because it
adds
a
character.
character to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. Yeah, it's got a lot of history to it, and it's
Huge
it's pretty
advertising
cool.
too for this road. You know, a lot of us know that there's a barbershop here, but a lot of people still don't. So
Yeah, yeah, and they go by.
nothing says it
and-
quite like that.
Yep, it does add a lot to it as
Mm-hmm.
well. So when the light's on, you know, there's something, you know, usually I'm working, so.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say is one of your favorite things about being here and working here?
Well, it's the, you know, the day goes too fast, and it's the amount of street traffic and stuff that
Yep.
people are walking by, or they'll drive by, stop, and come in, and people just come in to talk, you know, as well.
Stop by, say hello.
Yeah, they stop by and say hello, and get in conversations, and, you know, people that used to or knew or whatever, and they stop in, and
Yep.
it's a meeting ground is what it is. It's always been that way. A barbershop has always been a place where you can come in and,
Hang out.
yep, hang out, talk your piece, and, you know, not to be judged, or, you know, and it is what it is. And
Yeah.
it's neat. It's a great social thing that there isn't a whole lot of us left anymore. So
Right. It's an art, and you do
It is an art.
men's hair, and you do just haircuts.
yeah,
Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
just haircuts.
Okay.
Men's haircuts.
Yeah. No perms, no,
No
dying,
perms,
getting
no,
all wild.
No, just a men's barbershop.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yep. Have you had any challenges at all since moving over here, or just in general in your career?
Just it's every day is, you know, somewhat of a challenge, but trying to, you know, just never having enough time.
Yep.
You know, that's the biggest challenge, and, you know, I don't like pushing out too far, you know, for people.
Your bookings?
'Cause, yeah, bookings and stuff like that. So it's nice to be really busy every day, but it's nice to get fresh faces in too, to, you know, get them in here. That's
Right.
a big thing.
And how do you get new customers currently?
We do social media through Facebook. I have a website. I also have, I don't know what else I'm on.
You had mentioned that you do some radio as well?
I did.
Did?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And haven't done that in a while. But I don't think it's been as good as the webpage and social media like Facebook and that.
Right. I can understand
Always
that.
looking for new outlets, you know, to promote your business and grow.
It's hard as a small business owner too to find that sometimes.
It is, but you know, with the years experience and the clientele and word of mouth is still your best to offer, you know, when it comes to that.
Yep, and I'm sure foot traffic, like you had mentioned.
Foot
helps
traffic
with it.
is always nice, but it's not everything. It's still the word of mouth. And
Okay.
that's a lot of it. Between all the schools, and you get the kids and they start talking, and it's
Yep.
and then
Tell their
it's
friends.
yeah, and that's their parents, you know, bring them in, and you know, a lot of the parents, some of them don't even come in here anymore. They drop they drop their sons off, or you know, teenagers off, and they get their hair cut. And some of them come in and they shoot the baloney too a little bit, and it's always good. You know, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. I'm not out to sell a ton of products only when you need something.
Yep.
But the line, I have the line, so it's not like it's not a high pressured sales place.
Right.
Where you got to come in and you have to sell them this amount of stuff. I'm not into that.
If you need it,
you
got
need
it.
it, yeah. And if you have questions, I can help you. But but I'm not going to sit here and push stuff on people. That's not the answer either.
Yep. And I can't say that I use it, but I do know that my husband does, and it smells really good. So
It's good stuff. Yeah. It's a good line. I'm really happy with it. Not taking away from any of the other stuff, but the Roselle line is good stuff. Yeah, and just keeping it real simple also plays into it.
right. Just having a few products and then get there.
Eventually, we'll have an online store.
Is that what you're working towards online?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're heading that way towards an online store and sell products through the internet and through our webpage and everything.
It'd be perfect for those clients who are out of state or like coming to you if they're gone at college or whatever.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing that, and opening that up. It's in the makings,
right?
But it takes time.
It does.
But my biggest concern is always everyday challenges. Coming to work every day. It's not a challenge to come to work, but to do your best every day, and do a little bit more than the previous day.
Do you ever feel, maybe this is too personal, but do you ever feel like drained because sometimes you're kind of like the therapist too?
Well,
People tell you a
yeah,
lot
I mean,
of things.
exactly. It is their long days, but you become friends, and it's like not so much that. It's a lot of it is listening to your clients, and they need to vent. Sometimes, and some of them actually like it. They just come in, and they have a very high stressful job. A lot of them, instead of venting, they like to just close their eyes.
Okay.
You don't say anything.
Yep.
And they come to you because they trust you, and you know what needs to be done, and you do it. And then that's the best 20 minutes that they get for a whole day.
But there's something about learning that in a person, like learning what they need and what they enjoy, and being able to roll with that too.
You let them, it's letting them strike the conversation, and you roll with it. It's communication. A lot of the younger generation, we're losing that, and communicating. You don't do that through phone or text. You got to learn how to talk to people. And communication is, it's not a difficult thing, but we are losing it.
It's not as well taught because so many people are on socials and they're using a keyboard,
yes,
which is completely different. You
yeah.
can't read the tone, you can't read the voice, the
right.
intention.
You can't
versus
run away
when you
from
see
it, you know,
someone.
Some of the younger
Yep.
kids, some of them are well spoken, but some of them don't know how to do it. They're not socially, or they don't know how to communicate very well. You know, they don't.
Right.
Can't hold a conversation with them for very long.
Or they don't make eye contact too.
Yeah, but a lot of them know it takes a while, you know.
Warm up.
It does, and because they know they can come here and they know that they can talk to me, and that's some of it.
That's pretty cool. So you
yeah.
see them like open up and kind of come out of their shells.
You know, and you get special needs guys, you know, that come in and you treat them like a human being. You know, everybody wants to be treated, you know,
as a person.
Right.
Yep.
You know, you want to be. We're not any different than the next person.
Right.
You know, you don't put anybody. You treat everybody as the way you want to be treated. You know, and that's huge. And that's just the way we've been. That's how I was taught. You know. And
that's how it should be.
It should be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should be able. It doesn't matter. Whatever, you know, whoever creed or whatever, you treat everybody the same, you know.
I agree.
And you treat everybody with respect and you get it back. And it's one of the few places that, you know, you come in and that's what it should be.
That is what it should be.
Yep, and that's why you get a lot of return customers and they like coming in here because everybody gets treated the same and we have a lot of fun. And clientele can change a little bit with some of the older guys, you know, and they come in and they, you know, we, you know, verbally beat each other up a little bit, and it's a little jab, you know, and you know,
but
some
it's
of
meant
it is.
well. It's
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't know how to be. They wouldn't know what to think if you didn't badger them back a little bit. And
right.
So it's always a good time when you can. We always call it beating up on each other, but it's a good time, you know, and those are you can't do that with everybody, you
right.
know who your clientele is, and you know, that's half the fun, you know, being a barber as well, because the communication and the laughter, there's a lot of laughter, a lot of good, and it's a lot of fun, you know, a lot of things that usually happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop, you know.
Right.
And that's why guys come here, you know. So it's a good time.
Safe spot, good place to have a
good
time.
It is. It's a good time, and it gives them time to vent. And everybody's got problems, so you know they need to come in here and or vent or have a good time, and you know get away from whatever is going on for 20 minutes in their life, you know.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, well, it looks like you really love what you do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can just see it when you're
Yeah,
talking.
it's passionate, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not work anymore. It's, you know, it's it's not a job, really.
Right, it's not work if you love what you do.
Yeah, it's not. It goes really fast. I mean, the day, you know, you come here, you start, and it's like, oh wow, it's already lunch, and then it's, oh wow, it's almost time to go home, you know. Mm-hmm. It ends that fast.
Yep.
I always tell my guys that I'm like retired basically. I'm working, but I'm retired, you know,
yep.
because it's not work anymore.
Right, because you enjoy
you know,
it.
And it's a lot of work, you know, when it comes to the business end of it. Getting behind the chair and working, that's the easy part. It's all being a businessman is another whole different world, you know.
The accounting and the planning and
yeah. That's not my thing, but we, you know, my girlfriend and I, we work through that, and she helps me with that. And
yep.
I have good people that are, you know, help me out, you know, from accountants to whoever, and whatever I need to get it done, you know.
Right. Takes a team.
Yeah, you build up the right, you know, good customer base, and I'm a barber. I try to just stick with that. That's hard enough. Figure out all those little things as you go on in this business. And it's still new. I mean, it's 5 years, and I hope I never. I just always want to keep growing. And we'll figure those small things out.
Keep growing, keep learning.
Keep growing, keep learning, and you meet new people, new contacts. That's part of the business, and willing to keep pushing forward. And with the kids, I enjoy that. It's unique. It's always it's always something different, because two heads are still never the same,
Yep.
If you know what you're doing, your basics, and you work hard to turn out a good product, and everybody sees your product.
Right. Walking billboard.
And the rest will take care of itself.
Yep. You said that you do kids haircuts. Do you do like little kids who are still wiggly, or not so much?
Not so much. I mean, it all goes back to how many generations, and they want their first haircut with me because they had theirs, or whatever, vice versa. That's it, and that's some of that. So,
Awesome.
hey, here's a guy that's been around the block a little bit.
Well, thank you so much for
You're
allowing
welcome.
me to do this. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you taking the time.
Yeah.